Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the best minor poison deck in the game. Clash Royale has evolved after the Archer's nerf and Musketeer has taken its place. It's significantly safer because now your opponent can't arrow away your anti-air defense. And Musketeer is preferred over Archer Queen so you can stack up multiple on the map and have complete control of the game. With the Mighty Miner shifting around on both sides and the Goblins and Wallbreakers being split up so they can attack on all angles, your opponent will have to worry about all sides all the time. This deck stresses your opponents out to the max so you can get maximum amount of value. Because if Wallbreakers connected the tower for 2 elixir, that is a ridiculous advantage. And once you get a lead with Goblins, Mighty Miner, or Wallbreakers connecting to your opponent's tower, you'll put the nail in the coffin with Minor Poison. It's time to show you guys why all the top ladder players switch to playing this Minor Poison deck and assert dominance. If you don't have Mighty Miner, use Monk or Knight. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected for all the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the high effort videos possible. Let's go. We got a game against John Wick. Oh man, this guy's gonna go sicko mode on me. So I'm a little bit scared. You guys know with the name of John Wick, you kind of have to be on your toes. You have to be ready for any possible aggression that this guy could throw down because he could be just going through like a bazooka shooting everywhere. So I'm gonna go for the Musketeer, finish off the Spear Goblins. Ideally, we go in for a poison on top of the Goblin Hut, but I don't have that luxury right now because I don't have the right card cycle. So I'm going to go in for a bomb tower instead. Just can't let the Spear Goblins accumulate damage because it's insidious. You wouldn't realize how much damage it does until you actually see the result. Spear Goblins pack so much, man. It's like a Hog Rider hit every single time that those 3 come at you. So I'm going to go for Minor outside so then the Spear Goblins walk away. And then we can go and pull back his Mega Minion utilizing our Wall Breaker so he doesn't get any damage. Ideally, that's our play here, and then we'll see what he does. He might log, he might bar brill, but both Wall Breakers connect unless he drops a small spell. All right, so he might go in for the ability and go to the other side, and then we'll go Goblins. I'm just going to save them for that reason. Otherwise, we win that interaction because our tower's helping out. Just that little bit of damage gave us a lot of health for the Mighty Miner. So I'm going to poison, as I said before. Ideally, that's what we do every time. Man, this guy is really ramping up the defense. He's dropping a lot of cards that I don't want to see. Mighty Miner and then Spear Goblin Hut. Ugh. All right, so he's definitely going to have Graveyard Freeze, if I had to guess. And in this matchup, playing against Graveyard Freeze, you want to play aggressive when the Spear Goblin Hut is out of cycle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in for a log, and then I'm going to Wall Breakers immediately, and then we'll see what he decides to do because it's going to be hard for him to defend this. I actually would say it's probably impossible unless he goes in for a freeze. He does go for the freeze. He spends a bit more elixir than he should have. So notice how we utilize our Musketeer. We kill the Rascals on the right-hand side, and we still collect value, finishing off the Mega Minion on the left. So it's a 4 elixir card that's staying alive and going to force out even more elixir as well. We can log on top of a Barbarrel if you guys didn't know this. The Barbarrel will die to the Musketeer if you log it, and then the Musketeer will stay alive and it'll lock onto the tower. That's an interaction that you have to know if you want to play this deck at a higher level, because look at the damage that I got from that trade. Massive value. If you squander that and don't go in for the log, you're missing out on, you know, like 1,000 damage almost. So don't do that. Play a little bit better and then you'll be getting much better interactions. We're going to go in for Goblins here, and if I can pull back the Mega Minion, that's ideal. I need to go in for a Miner here as well. Let's go! Even though he went in for a Frisky Freeze, it was never enough. And Musketeer on defense, clutching up and killing the Mighty Miner on the other side because of its absurd range, shows you why I love the deck so much. I never feel uncomfortable dropping the poison because I've got Goblins in my deck, so if he goes in for a Graveyard, it's a terrible play. You can't Graveyard me right now because then you'd have to go in for arrows and Graveyard and then a freeze, and it would just cost your entire elixir bank, and you don't have that amount of money, man. You aren't rolling in the dough. You aren't rolling in the elixir like that, bro. So we're going to go in for probably Goblins after he goes in for the barrel. Wow, he's just dropping all of his elixir. He just doesn't care. Interesting. If he goes and clicks the Mighty Miner ability, I think I need to go in for Wall Breakers to kite everything back so the Mighty Miner doesn't walk in my tower. And we'll go for another poison just to flex on him. We don't even need to go for the log, rather going for the poison for more damage. Follow up with a Miner on the tower, going for a Musketeer to keep the offense and the flow of units rolling, because if he sees more units on the map, he's less inclined to go in for a Graveyard. Because he's like, well, I have to deal with that, or if he goes on the other side, it's fine. Let's see if he goes in for a freeze. Let's go! We baited him. That's why you never go for the poison too early. You wait for them to go for the freeze. Then you click the poison and you're like, yo, John Wick, what's up, dude? You can't stop me. This is not your movie today, man. This is our movie, and we're moving you out of the way. So we walked away with a win. There really wasn't anything he could do. As you guys can see, the deck that he's playing is the best deck in Clash Royale for anyone that's not a professional player, and we stomped it. Just keep up the relentless offense and you'll dissect any opponent's defenses. Yo, we got a game against a Psycho. What's up, man? So he's going to have Miner and Log in his banner. If he's going to have that, maybe he's going to have the exact same deck as us. It is the best Minor Poison deck in the game right now, so it would not surprise me. I should have cycled Wall Breakers at the start. Goblins are an okay decision as well. Ooh, we baited out Spear Goblins. Maybe we can go Wall Breakers on the other side now. I would like to not drop the Mighty Miner here, but I don't want to eat any damage. And he's probably going to be packing a Mega Knight deck from the looks of things. Oh no, it's going to be Log Bait. Wow, I don't think I've played against a Log Bait deck in a long, long time. So he's going to go for a Goblin Barrel. I never thought that we would counter a Goblin Barrel with the Mighty Miner ability on offense, but here we are. Let's go. So I'm going to Miner here as well because I think the Spear Goblins are dead and we want to force out a Log or some extra elixir on the 2 goblins that we have. 1 goblin that we have. Let's go. 1/4 of 2 elixir just ended up giving me an entire bandit. That's massive. That's even more than the entire horde of goblins is worth. So I'm going to go musketeer here so then the bandit doesn't dash. And I think that it's extremely important for me to continuously split up our wall breakers because if we do that, then our opponent's splash damage like the princess won't be able to splash onto everything, and then we force out more elixir overall in the aggregate sense. That's 5 elixir down the drain, whereas he could have easily just went in for a snowball and completely countered everything. I want him to go Goblin Barrel on offense and we counter it with goblins. If you guys don't know that, you can drop your goblins directly behind the tower when he goes in for a Goblin Barrel and fully shut it down. I'm waiting for him to do that. Where is your Goblin Barrel, man? There it is. So we should be okay depending on the placement here. I don't think he gets any damage. Notice that. Clean and pristine, easy defense. 2 for 3. We take that all day long, baby. So one of the best defenses available for a Goblin Barrel. If you guys did not know, now you do know. So we're going to go in for the poison, and then we're going to follow up with the Mighty Miner and the same side as the Rascal. And then, ooh, Princess, don't walk on my tower. Oh, let's go. It was body blocked by the own Rascal. He had to wait in line for lunch. That Princess just did not work. That was so unfortunate. Psycho is going to go Psycho after this game. There's no doubt. So I'm going to click the Mighty Miner bomb, so then we should be able to blast that to oblivion. I don't think the cannon cart's going to stay alive, and then we can go for goblins. I unfortunately do not get the choice of going in for goblins again against the Goblin Barrel. I would love to have the family reunion, but I had to go for a Log to finish that off. He's got Princess and Cycle. I think it's in my... Wait, dude? You've got Mirror Goblin Barrel? I wasn't ready. So if you guys didn't know, drop your wall breakers in the position that I did. If you drop your wall breakers directly behind your tower, it pushes the goblins off of your tower, so it gives you a much better trade overall. So that's a placement that you guys need to start mimicking if you don't do that already, if you are given an uncomfortable card hand. If you drop your wall breakers in front of your tower, you're not going to get as much of a good trade as you drop it in the back. So I think, if I had to be honest with y'all, this guy is probably going to end up having, like, no rocket. He's just going to have mirror, right? We're going to Log here. We want to keep the musketeer alive, and we're going to go in for a Mighty Miner. So if we keep our musketeers, which outrange the cannon cart, we're going to be fine. And then we can consistently poison on top of his princess that he just has some weird fetish of dropping inside the poison. She just likes dying out here. What's up with that, man? Princess, you're supposed to stay alive. How many fairy tales have we ruined right now? Okay, so he's going to go in for a Log most likely on the goblins. Man, this game has been super intense for me. Oh, come on, musketeer, don't die. Wait, this Log was maybe questionable. Little bit suspect dropping that Log, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh, the musketeer locked onto the tower. Do we kill the cannon cart? Do I kill the cannon cart? I don't know. I got to go in for a musketeer here, so then his princess locks onto that. Nice. Perfect gameplay, baby. The musketeer prioritizes the princess. The princess does not go on to what he wants. And then I think we can finish everything off with a Log if we want again. Or do I want to, or do I not want to? Ah, the Mighty Miner's got it covered. We can go for another Miner here. This game has been really intense, by the way. Like, if I slip up once, he's just going to go in for Mirror Goblin Barrels and I'm dead. So I'm a little bit scared. We do want to Log this again, though. I'm going to do it just so I can kill the cannon cart guaranteed. We're going to go Goblins here. He's got to have Princess and Cycle. I'm going to have Bandit. Please save my butt. Oh, my goodness. We are still alive. I got to go Miner on defense so the Spear Goblins don't lock onto my tower. If they did, then that could be tragic for me. Okay, he's going to go Princess again. The cannon cart gets outranged by the Miner, or the Musketeer. Wow, it would be really nice if it got outranged by the Miner. That'd be OP. Oh, the Mighty Miner on steroids, man. All right, we're going to follow up with a Musketeer in the middle because it is able to kill the Princess on the other side, ideally. And then we can go and finish everything off, I hope. Maybe? We're just going to continuously cycle Miners on this, man, is what I'm trying to say out here. And then go for a Poison, go in for Goblins. Follow up with a Log, go for Wall Breakers, cycle Musketeer up in here. So I'm just going to keep spamming because that's how I win games. I don't really want to wait around. Sometimes I'm just like, because of our defensive capabilities, I know that I'll win the game before he's able to get any units on my tower. And that's what I did. I just cycled 2 Miners and 2 Poisons and then a Log, and I walked away with a pretty nice win. The great thing about this deck is the finishing potential in close games. If you're just like, hey, I want to win the game, my opponent's tower is at 500 HP, you can guarantee that every single time with the snap of the fingers. Yo, Darth Vader, 213 in the world finish. Well, hopefully we can force our way to give you some dismay. We're going to go in for Wall Breakers immediately, and I don't know if he's ready. The power of the Force wasn't very strong for him. He ended up dropping 5 Elixir to counter 2. That is not the trade that he was looking for. So we're going to go for Mighty Miner. He's also going to go for an Earthquake, predicting Goblins, and we don't do it. So this is a stellar start for us. We're getting huge, considerable counter push. And if you guys haven't played against someone that's going to have a Hog Rider Earthquake deck, Bomb Tower is able to completely counter the Hog Rider every single time, even if they go for the Earthquake. Just a trade that a lot of people need to start doing, dropping their Bomb Towers in the right spot. Wow, the Mighty Miner, 600 damage at 1 HP. That's what we like to see. So I'm going to go Wall Breakers again. He's probably going to go for another Bomb Tower. It's a -2 trade every time he does it, which is a huge amount of value for me. And then he's going to go for a Hog Rider, and he's going to Earthquake into a Bomb Tower, and he's going to take another -3 trade with the Earthquake not doing anything besides damage. So where's your Hog Rider at? You should be dropping it into the right-hand side probably. Whenever he does, we're just going to Bomb Tower, and we're going to be able to get away with a very nice defense. So I'm going to Miner in the back. Unfortunately, that will get caught by guards most of the time. Ooh, he's going to have Musketeer. Huh. Interesting. I haven't seen the Musketeer version in a while. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Musketeer plus guards. It's usually Archer Queen. He's going to have Mighty Miner as well. We're going to go for Goblins, and then we can go for a Bomb Tower depending on what happens. So I'm going to follow up with this. We're going to go for the Bomb Tower now. Should be able to pull the Hog Rider. And then I'm going to probably have to go for a log on the Musketeer. It might do some nice damage to me. I should have dropped my Musketeer off to the left-hand side so his Musketeer would have targeted that. That was definitely a misplay on my end. Musketeer should have been dropped where I dropped my Miner, like right here. That's where the placement should have been. And then it would have been a very clean defense. Anyway, his Musketeer might die to mine. Yo, let's go. He's going to go in for guards, but he's also going to follow through with the same fate that I had. I'm pretty sure my Musketeer kills his guards and locks onto the tower. Musketeers are working their magic in this game for me and my opponent. So I'm going to go Mighty Miner. I'm going to go Wall Breakers. And I think this might be pretty stupid, but I'm trying to push the Mighty Miner closer to the tower. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Mighty Miner had his move on. He was grooving, and he was trying to go towards the tower real quick. Maybe it will work, hopefully, right? I click the bomb. Explode, explode, explode. Let's go. Dude, that was magic as well. 300 damage against my man. He was not ready. So we're going to go for high goblins so then they don't get desecrated by the earthquake that is eventually going to come down. We're going to go in for a miner and a poison because he's going to have to go guards. And then, yep, we made the prediction on the guards. That's incredible. The musketeer might lock onto the tower again. Oh my gosh. Dude, he's like never having that happen. He's going to overcommit and he's going to go and drop his mighty miner because he was just so scared. It's really funny. All right, we can go in for a bomb tower here. This is way worse for me, by the way, because I have to go mighty miner. And I'm not sure if I can kill the musketeer on the left-hand side. Actually, this is always a problem. This is a perpetual problem for us today. Musketeer, stop it! Okay, thank goodness. They listened to me for once. That's a vibe. All right, so if we go for a poison, I don't know if that consistently kills. It should if it doesn't walk out, but I don't know if it's going to walk out. I don't know if Musketeer wants to live. Musketeer does. All right, Muskie should only give one shot, if that. So we can go in for goblins here. We can go for an earthquake counter with high goblins. We can maybe go for a log if we need to, which I think I do because the mighty miner might go and release its bomb. All right, do we go for a poison? Nah, not the vibe. Ooh, okay, I'm going to have to go mighty miner, and I'm going to have to go for wall breakers. I was really thinking through every single decision that I could possibly make, and the only right play was dropping mighty miner on top of his hog rider because it was going to give him damage, but it wasn't going to give him enough damage to win. And now we can log him out. Wow, that was like a cool puzzle, you know, like only having one possible defense. Can you make it happen? And we were able to do it. That would be a really awesome thing that Clash Royale could add to the game. Like you only have a certain amount of time, a finite amount of elixir, a specific card cycle, and you have to defend a push. If they added those type of puzzles into the game, it would make the game 10 times better. And we just beat a top 213 player in the world. It was all thanks to the crazy musketeer chip damage and the bomb tower placement to fully counter a hog rider plus earthquake. All right, we got a game against Rockstar. What's up, dude? The 79th version of Rockstars. He's evolved. He's ascended. We're gonna see his final form out here. So I'm gonna go for a miner in the safe spot so we don't get tornado to risk the way. Let's see what he decides to do today. He goes in for the Golden Knight. That was literally in his banner. His most beloved card in Clash Royale. Probably gonna be running Electro Giant, right? Whenever we see Golden Knight, it's like trash tier without tornado right now. It's really, really bad if you don't have tornado in your deck because it never dashes on the tower when it used to dash every single time. So when you go from a degree of being impossible to defend to something that's like, it's not that hard to defend anymore, you just look at it and you laugh. You're like, you are a shadow of your former self, Golden Knight. It sits there crying. Okay, so we're fine. We end up crippling every single one of his cards on offense, and the Musketeer stays alive throughout everything. As you guys can see, it's really tough for him to defend. Notice he goes in for Tornado, so wait, I'm going to go Miner in the back left while the Wall Breakers are able to force out Elixir, and I think that the Goblins might provide... Yes, let's go! I was going to say immense value. We ended up getting him to go Golden Knight, and not just a Golden Knight. He dropped a Golden Knight, which is 4 Elixir, and then he dropped another 1 Elixir ability. That is 5 Elixir in the trash, my dude. That's insane. That's so good for me. I can go for a Musketeer here as well, and notice that he's probably not going to be back to tornado because our card cycle is just considerably quicker. So I'm going to go in for the goblins on the right-hand side, and I'm going to go in for the bomb tower in the most optimal placement against Electro Giant. If you don't know, now you know, do this placement against Electro Giant, and you watch Electro Giant just decay over time and be like, well, this is not fun. So do we go in for a miner here? I think we have to. Yes, we got it down in time. I was really risking it. I was like, I don't think I got that down. I think I'm going to take some damage. I think I was a bad player, but I was not a bad player there. I played with my opponent's feelings. I feel like pros wouldn't have even done that just because it was so stupidly close. It's such an unnecessary risk. So we can go goblins here in the back of the Golden Knight, and if he clicks the Golden Knight dash, it's only going to hit one goblin. It would be really funny if he did it. Yeah, look at that. He hit one goblin for one elixir. Not the trade that he was looking for, not going to lie. We're going to pile on a musketeer and a miner, and then also a mighty miner here, and I think he has the Electro Giant, which is not a good trade for him. I'm going to go for the bomb tower in a different spot because I wanted to be able to hit the bomber first. Nice. Very cool for us. We can go for another set of goblins in the back so then the Golden Knight still only hits one of them ideally. And then we can go for a musketeer. Oh, he learned his lesson, but maybe he didn't. Did he or did he not? I guess we'll find out. Oh my goodness. Is a musketeer simply going to shred every single one of his cards? This is ridiculous. This is just so utterly unfair that I never thought it would be possible. Musketeer just stopped 2 Phoenixes and a Golden Knight from getting a single hit on my tower. The only thing was Phoenix death damage. That was his only ounce of damage. All right, we're able to go in for a Mighty Miner here and then go Wall Breakers again. We're just piling on the pressure every chance we get. Actually, I'm not going to because he ended up dropping a cannon. That was a smart play. I'm going to go Musketeer so we can guarantee that we can go and kill the bomber. He might Electro Giant into this, but it's not going to be that bad of a trade. So I guess I'm going to go in for a miner here. All right. I see you, sir. You're not a bad player. You actually are playing quite well right now. If we had Ice Spirit plus Goblins, that would be extremely good against anyone that ended up having the Electro Giant because the Ice Spirit can stun the Electro Giant, and then the Electro Giant never finds its way through. So the Goblins don't get reflected, and they don't get any damage taken back at them. So the Electro Giant just doesn't do anything then. I want to try to poison, so then we can get his cannon out of cycle, and then we can go minor wall breakers and pile on the pressure. That's what we would like out of cycle, ideally. We're going for a log here. We're going to go miner in the safe spot because he doesn't have Golden Knight, so he has no good ground defense besides Bomber. And if you drop Bomber there, it's just not a good decision at all. We're going to go Mighty Miner, and we're going to poison. And this is the part where we just cycle stuff relentlessly, and we don't even care because it's a 500 HP, right? We just win then. Oh, that was a really smart tornado, if you guys saw that. He ended up dropping a tornado because he didn't want the Mighty Miner bomb to get onto his tower. Regardless, we're just going to finish him off with a poison and miner anyway. So GG and well played. Our speedy fast cycle spam stole Rockstar's show. And playing against a deck that perpetually put him on defense definitely wasn't music to Rockstar's ears. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.